What do you, your dog, a tree, and even a tiny ant all have in common? It might not seem obvious at first, but you all share something truly remarkable: cells. Cells are the tiny, essential building blocks that make up every living thing on Earth, no matter how big or small. Imagine you're building a castle out of Lego bricks. Each brick snaps together to create something bigger and more complex. In the same way, cells are like the basic bricks of life, coming together in countless ways to form all living things, from the simplest bacteria to the most complex animals and plants. Every living thing, from the tiniest bacteria you can only see under a microscope, to the gigantic blue whale swimming in the ocean, is made up of cells. No matter the size or shape, cells are the common thread that connects all life. Cells are the smallest units that can be considered truly alive. They're like tiny factories, each one busy with important jobs that keep the organism healthy and functioning. These amazing little units take in nutrients, turn food into energy, get rid of waste, grow, and even make copies of themselves through a process called cell division. Without cells doing all this work, life simply wouldn't exist. In complex organisms like humans, trillions of cells work together in harmony. Each type of cell has a special job. Some become nerve cells to send messages, others become muscle cells to help you move, and some become skin cells to protect your body. It's like a team where everyone has a unique role. This idea forms the foundation of what scientists call cell theory. It tells us three important things. All living things are made of cells. Cells are the basic unit of life, and new cells are created only from existing cells. This theory changed how we understand life itself. Learning about cells is the very first step to understanding biology and the science of life. It's like opening a door to a whole new world that's hidden from our eyes. So, when you study cells, you're actually discovering what makes every living thing alive, including yourself, your pets, and even the plants in your backyard. Cells are the science of us. That's why they're so fascinating and important. Let's dive in and explore the amazing world of cells together. How did we discover cells if we can't see them with the naked eye? For most of human history, the world of the very small was a complete mystery. People had no idea that living things were made up of tiny building blocks hidden from view. Enter Robert Hooke, a brilliant and curious scientist from the 1660s, living in a time when science was just beginning to unlock nature's secrets. Using one of the earliest microscopes, an instrument he helped improve, Hooke decided to examine a thin slice of cork, the bark from an oak tree. Through the lens, he saw something astonishing: thousands of tiny, empty boxes packed together, each one separated by thin walls. They reminded him of a honeycomb, perfectly organized and repeating. Hooke called these little compartments cells, inspired by the small, simple rooms that monks lived in within monasteries. The name captured their orderly, box-like appearance. What Hooke actually saw were the dead cell walls of the cork plant, just the empty shells left behind after the living parts had disappeared. Hooke didn't realize there were living, dynamic parts inside these boxes. Still, his discovery was a huge leap forward, opening a new window into the hidden architecture of life. He showed the world that living things are made of intricate, hidden structures, sparking curiosity and wonder among scientists everywhere. Inspired by Hooke's work, other scientists began to look closer, eventually discovering that cells could be alive, with complex parts and functions. Hooke's simple observation with a primitive microscope started the incredible journey into cell biology, a field that would transform our understanding of life. Every scientific story has a beginning, and for the study of cells, it all started with a humble piece of cork and a curious mind. The name cell stuck, and with it, Hooke's discovery forever changed the course of science, opening up a whole new world to explore. Life comes in two main forms: unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular organisms, like bacteria and amoebas, are made of just one cell that does everything: eating, moving, reproducing. They're tiny but have survived for billions of years. Multicellular organisms like humans, trees, and dogs are made of many cells working together. These cells specialize. Muscle cells move you, nerve cells send signals, and so on. Specialization allows for complex life. In multicellular life, cells depend on each other, like a team. The big difference: one cell does it all in unicellular life. In multicellular life, there's division of labor. That's how we categorize life. One cell or many. It's a fundamental difference. From single-celled bacteria to trillion-celled humans, it all starts with the cell. That's the power of teamwork or solo survival. Which would you rather be? Not all cells are tiny circles. Cell shapes and sizes are wildly diverse. A cell's shape matches its job. Nerve cells are long and thin to send messages. Red blood cells are disc-shaped to carry oxygen. Amoebas can change shape to move and eat, while plant cells are boxy thanks to their rigid walls. Most cells are microscopic, but some, like the ostrich egg yolk, are huge single cells. Bacteria can be less than a micrometer long, while human cells are about 10-30 micrometers. Structure fits function. A cell's shape helps it do its job. From flexible blobs to sturdy rectangles, cells are built for their roles. The diversity in cell shape and size is astonishing. Every cell is unique, just like every living thing. That's the wild world of cells. Imagine a cell as a bustling city, alive with activity and purpose at every corner. Each part of the cell has a unique role, just like the different districts and buildings in a real city. The cell membrane is the city's security gate, letting in nutrients, keeping out intruders, and carefully monitoring what enters and exits. It's a dynamic border, always on alert to protect the city's inner workings. Plant cells have an extra layer, the cell wall. This tough, rigid barrier acts like a city wall, providing extra support and shape, and helping the plant stand tall against the forces of nature. Inside, the cytoplasm is the city's landscape, a watery environment filled with nutrients, molecules, and all the action. It's where the city's daily business takes place, bustling with movement and energy. Countless chemical reactions happen here every second, fueling the cell and keeping it alive. These reactions are like the city's power grid, providing energy and resources to every neighborhood. Scattered throughout are organelles, tiny buildings with special jobs, each one essential to the city's survival. Each organelle is like a city department. Mitochondria are the power plants. The endoplasmic reticulum is the factory, and lysosomes are the waste centers, all working together in harmony. The cytoplasm holds everything in place, allowing organelles to move and interact, and keeps the city running smoothly like roads connecting every part of town. In plant cells, the cell wall and membrane work together, providing both protection and structure, ensuring the city stands strong and secure. In animal cells, the flexible membrane allows movement and change, letting the city adapt to new challenges and environments. The cell is truly a city in miniature, organized, busy, and full of life, with every part working together to keep things running. Every part has a purpose, and every purpose is vital to the city's survival. Welcome to the cellular city, where life's smallest units reveal the wonders of organization, teamwork, and endless activity. Every city needs a control center, the nucleus. The nucleus holds the cell's DNA, the master blueprint for everything the cell does. It's protected by a special membrane, like a high-security vault. Inside, the nucleolus builds ribosomes, the cell's protein factories. The nucleus stores instructions and starts production. For storage, cells use vacuoles, tiny storage bubbles. Animal cells have small vacuoles for food and waste. Plant cells have one huge central vacuole, filled with cell sap. This vacuole keeps the plant cell firm by pushing against the cell wall. When plants lack water, the vacuole shrinks and the plant wilts. The nucleus and vacuole are key to cell control and storage. They keep the cell organized and healthy. That's how the cell city stays in order. Plant and animal cells are both eukaryotic, but they have key differences. Animal cells are flexible and mobile, with only a cell membrane. Plant cells have a rigid cell wall for support and a fixed shape. Animal cells have small vacuoles. Plant cells have a giant central vacuole for storage and support. The vacuole helps plants stand tall by maintaining pressure. The biggest difference? Chloroplasts. Plant cells have chloroplasts for photosynthesis, turning sunlight into food. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, making plants green and self-sufficient. Animal cells must eat to get energy. Plant cells make their own. 3 key plant cell features: cell wall, big vacuole, chloroplasts. That's what sets plant and animal cells apart. 2 cities, 2 ways of life. Why are cells so important? Without them, there's no life. Cells carry out all life's processes: thinking, moving, growing, healing. Growth happens by cell division, cells making more cells. Healing is cells replacing damaged ones. Cells are energy factories, turning food into usable energy. Without cells, your body would stop working instantly. Cells organize into tissues, organs, and systems, building complex life. A group of cells forms tissue, tissues form organs, organs form systems, and systems make an organism. It's a beautiful hierarchy, all starting with one cell. Cells are the foundation of life's complexity. Understanding cells is understanding life itself. That's the big picture. Let's review the must-know cell facts. A cell is the basic unit of all living things. Unicellular, one cell, like bacteria. Multicellular, many cells, like humans. Robert Hooke discovered and named cells in 1665. Main cell parts: membrane, controls entry, exit. Wall, plant support. Cytoplasm, jelly inside. Nucleus, control center. Vacuole, storage. Plant versus animal cells. Plant cells have a wall, chloroplasts, and a big vacuole. Animal cells do not. Chloroplasts let plants make food from sunlight. Cells grow and repair by dividing. Cells turn food into energy. Cells organize into tissues, organs, and systems. Understanding cells is the first step in biology. Remember, wall, chloroplasts, big vacuole, plants. Science is cool. Go ace that exam.